I don't know why anybody wants to drink when you can smoke anywhere.
I mean,
what do you
weed
mean?
is better.
They're
than
very
alcohol.
different.
I know they're different, but alcohol sucks.
No,
Alcohol
you're
has-
wrong.
Alcohol can be a bunch of fun.
Alcohol is my favorite thing to do if I have to answer an email or something, and I want to spend 90 minutes doing it. Right?
Look, I'll give you this.
You get a beer, and you go sit somewhere, and you just exist doing whatever you need to do for 90 minutes, and then you come back. Right?
I disagree, but I'm not saying.
With what? That was my opinion.
Yeah, your opinion is wrong. No. Here's where I think alcohol thrives. When there's a group of people getting together that might not otherwise really mesh easily, right? You're like, all right, here we're all getting together. These are whatever your wife's friends.
Yeah, little social lubricant.
A few from
social
book club, a few from something else, and then you put them all together. You give them really just one or two drinks. And suddenly people are making new friends. They're laughing. When third friend comes in, they're like, Jennifer, so glad you're here. Like alcohol does that. What we do on the show every once in a blue moon, we have like 9 drinks or whatever, 3 for me, and die. Like that sucks. I don't like that.
That's not fun. I get that every month. They're like, when's the next drinking episode? I'm like, never. I'm sorry, guys. Like we did that twice. That was good.
That last drinking episode was such a goddamn nightmare.
I chipped my tooth.
Yeah.
Because I ground my teeth so bad, I got so drunk that I ground my teeth and I chipped my fake tooth. Well, it wasn't a real tooth. It was one of my fake teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was no fun. I remember like waking up like every drinking episode because
that's like 3 ago.
None of us.
I don't know what the pepperoni
that was a while ago, but like the way we all have done drinking episodes is like me, Kyle, and Woody, like in our chat beforehand, it's like we're not going to drink for fun. We're going to drink until we're very uncomfortable, and we're going to be paying the piper for this. And it's just not that fun. Like I totally understand what Tucker is saying with alcohol. Like it's great getting people to get along, having a fun social thing. As far as like an individual thing, like enjoyment goes, I really prefer weed.
No, what you're saying makes sense because you can't take my vodka waters from me.
Nobody's gonna take them away. We don't want them. That's the point.
You're comparing your experience and more specifically our experience on the show with Kyle's 1,000 milligram brownie edible adventure.
Oh no, right? I'm talking. Worse than that was the drinking episode we did like a time or two back when I drank.
Yeah, they had to edit that PKA. Like that was a bad one.
Did we have to?
I don't know.
Never edited them.
Maybe,
it should have been edited.
It should have been edited.
I think the only time we ever bleep something is like, and he wouldn't care now, but like Hutch had a much younger audience at the time, and he mentioned smoking weed one time. He was like,
he's a co-owner of fucking
but like 10 years ago
Pine Park.
But he's a co-owner of Pine Park now, so that's why it's so
good for him.
Yeah, so it's great I was just talking with him with his podcast and stuff. But yeah, no, I get it. If I had to choose between one and the other though, it would be a tough choice
over
I think that I agree with Woody. I am a very social person, but I understand that like for what it does to me. Like I like having 2 drinks when I'm uncomfortable more than I like smoking weed when I'm comfortable. Does that make sense? Like I value the comfort blanket that 2 drinks does before hosting an event. Like not even a secret. Like anytime I host something, even if it's at 11 a.m., I'm gonna take 1 drink before there. Like I need something
mellow
to
yourself.
Like I mean, there's a reason why it's like a performance enhancer for competitive shooters in like the triathlon. Like it just makes everything a little bit like, okay, all right, cool. But weed is healthier and infinitely less damaging.
I need to be doing something like, all right, let's say it's a rainy day. I'm gonna go for a long drive. Oh, there's a 12-pack of beer in the car right next to me. I can.
What the fuck?
No problem.
No.
Yeah, of course. What? Like you don't like to drink and drive?
No.
all right, fucking square. I'll tell you right now, it's the most fun you can have on 4 wheels.
On private property in game, you know?
No, you want to hit the highway, all right? Speed
in game.
In game. Yeah, Need for Speed in game. I have drank and driven in Forza a lot in game. But yeah,
So.
no, I think that like just as a social lubricant, if I had to choose between one or the other, I do not smoke weed for the same reason that I drink, and they're very different. I like to smoke weed to like wind down and be amongst a small group of people. I don't want to smoke weed and go to the music festival or the party. Like that's not where I want to go do that.
Like when I go like do a thing, I went to the aquarium. I've been a couple times this year.
Oh, and the aquarium smoking weed sounds great, right? That's like you and 5 really people, and you go look at fish. I'm saying like I don't want to go to the nightclub.
They got penguins in there.
Yeah,
they hop up and down.
Nightclub? Why is the nightclub ban on weed? It sounds like it would be good. I don't get it.
I mean, it's not. There's not. Let me clarify. There's not like a bad on weed thing, right? Like I'm comfortable in all situations. It's just if I had a preferred area, I would rather be in a group of 5 people smoking at home, doing or watching something as a collective than being in the nightclub. It's not that I'm gonna hate it being high in the nightclub. It's just like I'd rather be drinking in the nightclub than just smoking.
That's how I feel all the time. I would much rather be with 5 people in an environment where I can hear their voices. That's where I belong.
So you're more of a 5 person than a 1 person.
No, 1's good. Well,
so you can handle
2.
more than.
I want to cap it at 5-ish, and I want the environment.
3.
What?
You can take at least 3.
I could.
There's 3 else. Yeah, no, I get it. I don't think that. Yeah, no, you're not. I think that.
Okay.
I agree with the social lubricant thing to some extent. Yeah. I think I have bad experiences because I've always, or not always, but in the past I have had moderation difficulties. Just really going head first, and it's like, man, we really skipped that part right in the beginning when you're like 2 drinks in and things are just lovely.
The whole
you're
good
chasing
part of it.
That's the part you're chasing all night afterwards, trying to get back to there. And I would just blow right through that, go like 6 shots in immediately. Because people would like buy me free fucking drinks, and I'd drink them because I felt rude. Like, what am I? It seems so awful.
Never take a drink.
Like to pour alcohol out just seemed like sacrilege. You just bought me this $13 like 2-ounce thing of like clear liquid.
I remember in Chicago during that time at that Tilted Kilt or whatever we were at, where that went down. Like this was like 2010 or whatever it was. And so like I knew Kyle in a friendly way, but like we weren't friends yet. And I remember like watching him do that and thinking in my head, like, damn, he must be able to handle his shit. Because the amount you were drinking, and then like later in the night, like you came out looking ghost-eyed, and I was like, oh, he's actually had a horrible evening. Like
I've told that story so many times, but it was like they were playing they're having like FPSRussia night at the fucking bar, and like I managed to drink myself unconscious.
Well, because people were buying you shit the whole time.
Yeah,
like they'd come over to our table and be like, shots for everyone, and I was like, damn, I'm a nobody, this is sick. And you're like, I don't want anything, please.
No, it was always like that.
Because you spoke in a Russian accent, you'd want vodka.
So many people wanted to buy me vodka. Like I got to the point where I liked vodka because I was just drinking so much of it. But then
good.
If I could intercept them, if they were like, let me buy you a drink, that's perfect, because now I can get my like top shelf tequila chilled with some lime. Mm-hmm. But if they're just showing up with whatever like fake Russian vodka the place has, it's just going to be a bad fucking night. But that night in particular, it was like, I remember there was a Jaeger bomb and like a big ass dark beer, and then like at least 3 shots of vodka. Like right off the kick.
It was White Boy pushing you to finish that with him.
Well,
what is he up to?
White Boy is another one who
I haven't even thought about that. What is that man up to?
Can White Boy not handle his liquor?
The last time I drank with White Boy was that infamous night when we did the epic mealtime thing at my house, and me and Harley are inside filming, and like, you know, he's got his whole crew and everything, and we had finally gotten like the girls to like go on the back porch to where White Boy was, and there's bottles of Jack Daniels as props everywhere, and one of these dumb bitches is over there like bottle feeding him Jack Daniels. Like he's drank so much, and he's a little guy. Like he has had so much, and he's chasing the Jack Daniels with Reese's Pieces. And so the next thing I know,
sounds kind of fun.
He's like a family-sized bag of Reese's Pieces. He's had like half of it. So the next thing I know, I look, and I've got like a couch on my back porch. It's all screened in and everything. And it's like a normal couch. He's on that thing, like sort of like head on his own shoulder like this, and he's vomiting. And he's just like this though. He's going,
it's just chocolate vomit.
And this chunky peanut butter goo is like rolling out of him in a very uncomfortable way down his shoulder and onto my couch. And Kitty is like so allergic to peanuts that like peanut dust makes her like burn like acid. It's like literally acid. And so now White Boy has become this acid vomiting drunk who you can't tell what to do.
He's a chemical warfare.
Jesus Christ, he's radioactive.
So nobody can clean him up but me. So I'm over there. I'm cleaning him up. I'm getting him good to go. I'm cleaning the couch up as best I can between fucking filming and I'm doing my job, and I'm getting the shit off of him. And I'm like, all right, God damn it, do not get him fucked up. What are you thinking? He's little. He's smaller than you. I'm this dumb bitch. And I go back to like working with Harley, and we're doing our thing again. And I look, and I can see out the doors there were double doors, and they had glass in the center of them. And I could see she was feeding him Jack Daniels again. And I was,
that bitch.
She was the worst.
Just feeding him destructive liquor as he's so trying to get trash. With it. I remember being in the main room near the concierge of that Marriott when we all went to Joliet.
Yeah.
And Kitty was the arbiter of gross videos.
Yeah.
And we all did that. And if you cringed or had any sort of reaction to it, she would call you out and you'd have to drink. I remember White Boy and Kelly being very bad at that game and having to drink a lot. And I also remember thinking like, damn, this Kyle guy is just can keep drinking until you couldn't. And then I was like, and then you were just like, I'm going to bed. And I was like what? Like, just out of nowhere, I'm going.
Yeah, like what you got to keep in mind, like that part of my life, like we were constantly traveling, and so, and I had the first leg on this trip that lasted for like 8 months or something like that, bouncing around cities, was Chicago. The first time I went to Joliet and I hung out with Paul. Paul's a functional alcoholic, and so like I'm hanging out with Paul all week, me and him. There's no like other YouTubers. It's just. So like, because there isn't a whole gang of us, he's more comfortable, I guess, like giving me a more like personalized. It's easier for him to take one person somewhere. So he's taken to me to all of his favorite bars in Chicago, and we're getting shit housed all night long for a week solid. Those Manhattan, Maker's Mark Manhattans, like the manliest drink I could imagine at the time. I'm fucking drinking those bitches down, and the next trip was like LA or something, and it was tequila the whole time. I had a pretty serious tolerance. I could get 10 shots in and still be okay, but like 12 was like, all right, now we're done. Like there was just this fine line between, all right, I'm drunk but I'm not sick, to like
12 is a lot.
Night
of shots.
Ruined.
Yeah,
I was drinking a dozen shots almost every single night, like at least.
How long do you think that lasted? Where you were drinking?
Couple years.
A couple years where you had a dozen shots a night?
Not every night, but like 3-4 nights a week. I don't know, something like that.
Okay.
Like a lot of drinking. A lot.
How much is it? How many shots are in a bottle of
I have no idea.
Vodka, like liquor.
I was never like pouring drinks and drinking. I was just buying them I was at a bar or a restaurant drinking.
I feel like Tucker knows like how
I don't know. Because
you like vodka waters.
I do. 750 milliliters is a fifth, right? And 1.5 ounces. I don't know how many milliliters. You know what? Hey, there's somebody here with a calculator.
90? I think it's 90.
No. 1.5 ounces is a shot, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's 90.
I don't know how many milliliters that is.
I think it's 90 or 100?
90 or 100 milliliters.
It's like 100 calories worth of vodka, right? Per shot.
What
And
kind of dumb math? I'm just gonna Google it.
I only look at calories.
Yeah,
Isn't it
16
about
shots.
100?
Yeah, a fifth has 16, so that means a handle has 32.
Okay, so
I drank a
has
fifth on.
six.
I've drank a fifth on the show before.
Wait, a fifth is 1/2 of a handle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
750 versus one.
Not if a. No, wait. Yeah, it is. Okay.
I can grab a fifth of vodka. It is but
How many milliliters is a handle? I thought a handle was 1,500.
No, you're right.
It's 1,500. 100% it is. It's 1.5 liters.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 1.75. Oh, you're right.
Oh.
1. All right.
Wait,
so
it's 1.7. Okay, so
you get a little bonus of 10 shots.
It's like 2/5 plus
And
a
a little-
third of a fifth. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Point is, it's a lot of alcohol.
what an
Yeah.
annoying way to measure this.
A third of a fifth. Yeah. No. So Kyle was drinking per his claimant. He said 12 shots a night.
12 shots. So that's
that's a fifth. That's a fifth every. That's a fifth every day.
day and a third.
That's
Day
a
and
lot.
quarter. Yeah.
That's a lot of.
That does seem like a huge amount.
Who was the guy named? Was it Larry? Who was the guy? Woody, do you remember? Well, actually, both of you. You remember PAX East, the hotel room tryhards, right? Who was the dude that literally had a fifth in the bedroom on that ensuite attached to it? Do you remember? Woody, you weren't staying in there, but Murka, you were. Taylor, you were in that room. It was
that
some Irish dude or something, and he didn't even go to the convention. His name was Larry.
Was it
Tucker,
the
Tucker, do you remember that I tried this? Do you remember me trying to slip you the bottle of Stoli in the lobby and Kitty taking it away?
I do. I remember too, because also that was like that whole trip was like a degenerate. There's a video of me throwing Starburst and like John Cena slamming you in the bedroom where we're like, I'm like 17 years old. It's just, oh man. Someday we gotta go through it all.
Of that. There are videos of like I fell asleep early and everybody's like playing with my chest hair. Like,
do you remember like we were walking through, it was actually this group plus Blade walking through, like there was an ice rink and this like lady with a stroller came up and was like trying to petition to come back to the hotel room. That has to have been like, that was the first time that we all met each other and that everybody kind of like met the other personalities and stuff. But I think back on that and I'm like, wow, if I had explained verbally what was going to happen on that trip to me, to like my mom, she would have been like, you're fucking nuts. There's no way you're going.
Dude, I remember
it was like 19.
Yeah, right? I know. I was
18. And I'm like, I'm a solid 25 or 26.
Yeah.
And Woody is a young man of 34 or so.
Something like that.
You know, and so he and I are like, we're two of the few there who can actually buy legal alcohol. Like so when this group walks by the Cheers bar, you know, the one from the sitcom.
We went in there for one. I didn't even get to go in.
You didn't?
No, Tucker didn't make it.
You stayed out with T. Martin.
My fake ID made it in. I remember making it in with the fake ID to the Cheers bar.
We all went into Cheers.
Sitting there.
It looked nothing like Cheers. Norm wasn't
on the
there.
inside.
Yeah, on the inside.
Nowhere to be seen.
Because it had that sign up there.
We took a shot, and I remember like feeling kind of helpless to the fact that we were there with these children, and like not knowing what the chill thing to do was. Being like, God damn it, I've never been to Boston, never been to this bar. I used to watch the show. I'd like to sit here and like get some pretzels or something.
Yeah.
But being like, supposed to ditch these youngins?
But you did. I remember you. I remember you guys saying like, all right, well, we're gonna go to a more quiet thing or something like that. Because the group was.
You went to the Joe Lauzon thing and nobody wanted to go. Me and Woody.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all don't want to go? Like fuck with a professional fighter tonight? Like I didn't even know who he was, but it was like it seemed like a cool fucking trip.
I had this thing set up. Like Joe was gonna like give everyone sort of MMA lessons.
I was hoping you wouldn't tell the whole sad story.
Yeah, and the way the story ends in my mind is, in the end, there was like one guy who's like was like, "Fuck it, Woody, I'll stand next to you. We'll go." Because most people were like, "The train ride is too long. The taxi, like this, it's not worth the hour and a half travel." And Kyle was like, this is what it would be like in a real fight. Everyone would leave except me, right here next to you. I was like, yeah, all right. And Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally
exactly what would
remember
happen if
ditching
this was a real
out
fight.
that night because I was like, that
I
sounds
would
horrible.
never do that. I took a 45-minute cab ride to like a house party in the middle of like nowhere for like a Minecraft kids party one time.
I think the way I remember it going down
Dylan.
is the way I remember it going down is there
Dylan
was
the
like
Minecraft
maybe 10 or 12 of us, and it was like, hey, who would like to go do this thing? And then maybe like 4 to 6 were like, maybe
Like on the first subway, and then like by the time we were going to the next one.
To be fair, now that we think back, the way it did end up, I think they quit before they realized that a cab was involved. I think that's why we were still salty. It was like, they didn't know that we were going to have to take this 2-hour cab. They said no at train. Like, so the fact that there ended up being a taxi was irrelevant.
Jesus Christ! So it was that
very
far
true.
out.
Because I
And Joe was
remember
we
Kyle
get there,
asking me to go, and I said no.
yeah, we get there, and Joe's got all these people there to like, oh, Woody's bringing the whole crew. And it's just like me and Woody, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I'll just crack jokes while I hold the camera.
He did great. Yeah, that video did way better than it would have otherwise. So thanks.
No,
And,
it was a good time.
Yeah, and while it wasn't the night I envisioned where like everyone was going to come and try this thing that was like neat to me. It was still a really neat night. I had more one-on-one time with Joe.
Yeah, and Joe drove us back, so we didn't have to take a cab
Yeah,
back.
he did. Yeah, Joe drove us back, and I think he had a relatively new car.
I remember the
And a new
one
Altima, I think,
time
or a Maxima, maybe.
that I had dinner with Joe. All of you guys were there, other than Tucker, but like Joe was there, and the way he ordered was so funny to me because he was like, I'll have the chicken breast blackened, and I will also have the full rack of ribs. And it was like you just, and he was, and like I remember him behaving in a way that was like, no, this is just the way I order. Like, you get 2 entrees because I need energy. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he needs energy.